Hello and welcome again to Chris's Caribbean Delights. Cheers. And tonight I'm going to bring to you a very simple and delicious recipe about rice. Rice is such a familiar, such a common thing that common episode, I think I should say, that we all just take it for granted. But there are several steps you can take rice to. So this is one of the steps I'm going to introduce to you, and it's called Geerah Rice. Geerah Rice. And we're going to spice it up, and we're going to have it going delicious, and mix it with, we're going to have some curry with that, maybe some Dahl, and hey, it's going to be awesome. So here we go. The ingredients for Geerah Rice. Okay, and here we go. These are the ingredients we're going to use for this Geerah Rice. And we first going to have some softened butter, or you can use ghee, okay? Geerah, of course, which is the main ingredient here. This is the cumin seeds, and we call it Geerah, okay? We have a half a teaspoon of salt and a half a teaspoon of bullion powder. You got to season everything up. My go-to green is dill, some dill weed. We'll put a little bit of dill weed in there, and we save some for the other pot that we're going to do. This is some ginger. We might use maybe about a teaspoon of this ginger. We're going to use some of these the tomatoes. We're going to use maybe about half of the tomatoes we have there. I had chopped one whole tomato, so maybe half of a tomato we put in that rice. Garlic, we'll want a lot of garlic. So I had like 6 or 7 cloves that I chopped up. So I'm going to use half of this, and I still have 2 whole cloves there. So also, we'll use some complete seasoning and some black pepper, a half a teaspoon of black pepper, and 1 teaspoon of complete seasoning. Coriander powder. This is an important aspect. Coriander powder gives it that flavor. And so I have a tablespoon of coriander powder here. Turmeric powder, just for some color. We'll use maybe a 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder. And here, I did cumin seeds. Yeah, I have cumin seeds for 2 different dishes, so I came up with cumin seeds again. Coriander leaves or cilantro leaves you can use, right? So we're going to use this for the fresh ingredients, and some green chilies. We're going to use also. We're going to chop those up, and we're going to use them in the rice. Now, also in the rice, we're going to have some allspice, the whole allspice. We're going to put a few of those in there. And then we're going to have a couple sticks of cinnamon sticks, some small cinnamon sticks. And I also love the fragrance and the taste of the star anise. So I always put the star anise in there. The green chili pods, the green coriander pods. I have like 6 green coriander pods here. Also, I put some clove in there. I have like 5 or 7 cloves, and some red hot pepper, some chili flakes, pepper flakes, hot pepper flakes. We'll put like a 1/4 teaspoon of that in there. So we'll go to the pot that's ready. Our pot here, it's ready, and we'll go with our butter, and we'll start this process. Okay, so here we go. Just put some butter in there. We'll add some oil to this. So we don't want the butter to burn, so we just add a little bit of oil, like 2 teaspoons of oil to that butter. Okay. Add 2 teaspoons of oil to that butter, and just we let this go. Let the butter melt. And let it come up to come up to temperature so we can put our other ingredients in there. Okay, and I'll be back. And guys, I didn't even mention the rice. The rice, I have 2 cups of rice here, and I washed it thoroughly. I washed it maybe about 4 or 5 times, and then I left it to soak in some clear water for about 30 minutes. So I just started that process of it getting tender. So this is some basmati rice I'm using, basmati rice. So once our butter and oil has come up to temperature, I'm going to drop our whole spices in there, which is the coriander, the coriander pods, the clove, the cinnamon stick, and some chili flakes. Because we don't want it too spicy, I'm not going to put like a whole lot of chili flakes in there. So we just want these to go for a minute and just let it flavor that butter and that oil. So we just let that work. And once that's working, nice. The star of the show, the Geerah. Okay, we have to cook this Geerah for a few minutes, so we'll put it in now, and we just put it in now and let it go with the rest of spices, with the other spices, and just let it cook with the rest of spices. And you just need to cook this maybe for about 2 minutes or so, and just let them flavor that flavor the butter and the oil. And then we'll add our rice, and we'll make sure that the rice is coated with that oil and all the flavors that are in there. I'll be back. So now that the rice is coated, I just coated the rice, mixed it in with the flavored oil. We're gonna add some more. We're gonna add the cumin, not the cumin, the all-purpose seasoning, the complete seasoning, the coriander. Okay. The coriander leaves or the cilantro. I'm gonna add half of the tomatoes in there. A little bit of garlic. A little bit of ginger. And a few pieces of the green chili in there. Gotta put some garlic in there. And I just added a little more of the chili, the crushed chili. Okay. So now we stir this for a while and just let this all incorporate. Let it all incorporate, and we taste it for salt perfection. So since I had 2 cups of rice in there, I'll add 4 of the same cups of water to cook it. So that's 2. Let me just get 2 more. And this is the Geerah Rice. Geerah Rice. It has that really just Geerah flavor in there. So 4 cups of water. So that's what you need. We're gonna give this a stir. Just stir this around. Make sure it's all incorporated, and we'll just leave it pop the lid on there for about 20 minutes. And then we'll come back and we'll check to make sure that it's perfect. So hi guys, this is our Geerah rice. Remember we had put that water in there. The water is now subsided and it's cooking evenly. It's cooking wonderfully. Now, you know, I'm sure if you've looked at one of my videos, any of my videos with rice, I always finish it in the oven. At this point, I'm going to take it, I'm going to put it in the oven, and so that it can cook evenly, and I wouldn't have to worry about the bottom burning and all that. So I just pop the lid on there, and make sure you have an oven-safe pot. That pot can go into the oven, and the cover also can go into the oven. So I put this in there, and we'll leave it for about 15 minutes, and that'll take care of everything else. Okay, so we'll be back. And here we are, guys. This is our Geerah rice. Our Geerah rice, just out of the oven, and it's nice and loose. I just sprinkled some coriander on there, some fresh coriander, and some fresh cilantro. And you can sprinkle whatever fresh ingredients you want on there, but it's awesome. See, the perfect rice. So we'll pair this with some Dahl and some curry once it's done, and I'll give you a full plate of the finished product. But right now, this is it, our Geerah rice. Okay, now guys, our Geerah rice is done. I'm going to put some Dahl together, which is going to go with my complement the Geerah rice. So for the Dahl, I need some more Geerah. I need to just get another tablespoon of Geerah in there. So here we are. We added some more Geerah here. Geerah is the main thing in Indian cooking, so one of the main ingredients. So you'll hear about it a lot if you're doing Indian cooking. So that has been frying up for a little bit. You just want to get it sizzling again. Get it sizzling. And we add the rest of the garlic. Okay, I'm just looking for a spot. So we're sizzling with some garlic and some cumin in there, or Geerah. We're sizzling. We'll add some coriander leaves. That's going to give it another depth of flavor. While you're at it, put some tomatoes in there. Yeah. Give that a stir. Get some all-purpose seasoning, some complete seasoning, and some salt in here. Some green chilies, fresh green chilies, fresh green. Put some garlic in there. Let's put some ginger in there. This is going to be a really flavorful dal once you get it, you know. You put some dill in there. Now, put a little bit more turmeric. There's the garlic. Obviously, a little bit more oil has to go in there. And some coriander powder. Let's work the coriander powder. Cool. Now this is going to go for a little. Want this to cook. So once that it's cooked for a little bit, cook this for at least a minute or so. Check for your flavors. Make sure you have the salt and everything. A little bit of garam masala never hurt. So now okay, so now we have fried everything up, or garlic or all our other seasonings. Turn the stove on back to high. I pour the Dahl mixture in there. This is the split peas that I pressured. Split peas and some water. I pressured it. And I'm going to give it a stir and just let it come to a boil again. And incorporate all those other flavors in there. This is not a traditional dal that we make in the Caribbean. This is like an Indian spice dal. So you see I'm mixing everything in here. And it's coming together nicely. So we can just let this come to a boil. And then we'll see what it tastes like. See if we need to add a little more of anything. Wow, seems good to me. Seems extremely good to me. It's got enough heat. It's got enough salt. It's just if you wanted a little more liquid, you can add maybe a half a cup of hot water. You know, it all depends on how you like it. If you like it a little more light, not too thick, you just add a little more water to it. And then taste again for your salt perfection. Okay, add in an extra cup of water because I like it light. I like it a little light. Not like a pasty soup or anything, but just it's awesome. The cumin comes through, peppers come through. That's awesome. It's great. So that's it for our dal, guys. So we have our jasmine rice, we have our dal, and we're just now waiting on the curried oxtail to be finished, and then we get our perfect plate. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, guys. So here are the three items that I was preparing today. I was very focused on the Geerah rice, which is this is the Geerah rice here, and I was going to complement it with some curried oxtail, which is the curried oxtail right here. It took maybe about 3 hours to finish the curried oxtail because oxtail I did it in the slow cooker. So, and then over here I did some dal, which is a split peas condiment that goes. So I'm going to make a plating out of this. Okay, guys. So here's my plate. I have plated some of this delicious Geerah rice. It's the Geerah rice and the oxtail curry, the curried oxtails, which is very tender and falling off the bone tender, and with the Geerah rice, and we have some dal here, and it's fantastic. What a bite. What a bite. It's absolutely ridiculously awesome. The 3 bites, it's wonderful. You have to try this recipe. I only gave you the recipe for the well, there is a curry recipe on my my tube already. I highlighted the Geerah rice. The Geerah rice can go with anything. It goes with the curry. It goes with anything that any stew that you make. So just go with that Geerah rice, and whatever you make, it's gonna be awesome. Okay. So once again, like, share, subscribe, and I'll come to you with another clip soon enough. Thank you for watching. Bon appetit.